First of all, welcome to all of you. As we said, we are glad that you could make it here in Cyprus with us today. Now, before we move on, we wanted to actually use this introduction to take a quick step back. Because the thing is, all of you are sold on the idea of building this personal brand. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be here. But most of you are not sold enough on this idea. And I wanted to make something very clear before moving on and actually getting into the strategies, the tactical, and what we're going to discuss in terms of, okay, how do you actually grow your personal brand? How do you actually get clients from it, and so on. Having a personal brand is not a nice to have anymore. So up until a few years ago, it was something cool that you could add on top of your business. And it was like, if you have a personal brand, it's something that can just add to your business, it adds leverage. But nowadays, the more people start using these strategies and start making content, the less chances you have on making a name for yourself in your industry. So this is not just about money, because this is the other thing that we want to make very, very clear. Because you can get clients and make money in many ways. That's a fact. It's like you can do ads, you can do outreach, you can have word of mouth. There's tons of ways to get clients. So that's not really the problem. That's not the main point of what I want to say here. But there are immense benefits that content has that go above all of this, that you'll miss out on if you don't have enough urgency to build your personal brand. Like the key point to me here is having that urgency of like, I need to build a personal brand and I need to do it now. It's not something that you can postpone. It's not something that, again, it's a nice to have and doesn't really matter if I'm still getting clients, it's fine. I can still keep on going without my personal brand. Because before you know it, you're competing with people that, number one, are recognized as the authority in your niche. So this is the thing. Nowadays, we live in an age in which social media is reality. Every one of us, if we want to find information about someone, we search him up online. And so what you portray on social media is reality, is how people perceive you. And so the thing is, there are people nowadays that are just perceived as the face of an entire industry. If you think business, depending maybe on what side of business you're in or what age you are, you might think of an Alex Hormozi. You might think of an Iman Gadzhi, maybe if you're a little bit more younger and you have an agency. You might think of a Gary Vee, maybe if you're a little bit more old school and like the first entrepreneurs that actually build their personal brand. So here's the thing. Number one, you're competing with people that are recognized as the authority in your niche. So people that by building their personal brand become the name in your industry. Number two, that can attract better talent than you. This is much more powerful than money because attracting people in your team that are the right fit for the culture and the real A players, the one that allow you to scale your business past to a certain level, are not necessarily just attracted by the money, but more often than not to the opportunity, the possibility, what it can give to them, what they can learn. And so having a huge personal brand is such a massive advantage in this. We literally just hire through our personal brand. There is a reason why our appointment setter are literally our friends. They are guys that believe in our business, that already had been following us for a year, and they're like, we are so grateful to have this opportunity of working with you guys, because we know that from this we can grow so much. We already believe in your business. We already believe in your vision. And so this, once again, it's one of those things that money can't buy. Sure thing, you can pay above market average, but more often than not, the A player does not just want that. Because there are also, again, a bunch of other people that can compete with you if it's just on price and just paying more the person. Number three, get access to better opportunities. I can't tell you the amount of times that we got access to opportunities or like people reaching out to us just because we have a huge presence online. People that are emailing us or being able to not only connect with big brands, but also like big companies or big names in any industry just because of the presence online that we have. Number four, and this is a more curious one, but we wanted to share this anecdote because I find it very interesting. Immediately standing out at networking events. So even in an environment like this, in this case it's more of like us doing a presentation, but especially in environments in which you go there to network with other people, it's so powerful to have this presence online because the moment in which people see it and the moment in which the differentiating factor oftentimes is not money, because everybody's making a lot of money in that room or in that situation, or more often than not, at least you're making similar amounts of money. You're surrounded with people that are approximately in your same range. this can make you stand out so much. And not only the followers. This is actually something very interesting that I wanted to share. This is an experience that we had recently because we went to an event here in Cyprus. And first of all, starting to use our social media as our business card. Because listen, this, we can all agree on it. Like if you ever went to a networking event, you know it better than me. It's like, where are all of those business cards ending? I don't know about you guys, but it's like, for me, every single one of those end in the trash can. I'm not actually using your business card. It's like, I want your Instagram, I will connect there. And again, it's like from there I can also see all of your stories, all of your posts, what you actually upload, who you are. And again, because what I perceive, what I see of you is to me who you are on social media. And more importantly, even more than this, the amount of trust and even deals that we got to close from networking events. Because not just for the followers, which again are a very big differentiating factor just in itself, like the big personal brand, because even people that make much more money than us, like people that make 10 times the money of us, would see it and they would be like, whoa, you guys are like 400,000 followers. Like you guys are someone, okay? Like status, everybody wants status anyway. But the amount of mutuals that they have, this is super interesting, and we started seeing it more and more. What people react the most to is not even the followers. It's like, I have 20 people that I know that already follow you. Do you know how much faster that builds trust? We literally get multiple clients from every networking event that we go to without even trying, literally. Like we don't even try. We are never the guys that like go out there and try to pitch their service or like, oh yes, I can help you with social media and whatnot. Never that. We just get in touch with people, we provide value, and they see our content, and more importantly, again, they have trust in us immediately from the get-go because they see, like, these guys are legit. There are 15 of my friends that I trust and I talk to every day that follow them already. This is like super underrated, even more than the followers. And you do that by building your personal brand and becoming the person of your niche, the person of your industry, the point of reference. Number 5, having lower cost of acquisition. This, if we want to go a little bit more technical to any of you that actually run ads and any of these things, it's like, this is still cool. How much more can you get if you just do retargeting, for example, to all of the people that already see your content? If your content is reaching hundreds of thousands of people that already know you and are already familiar with you, how much better does this get? So here is literally, if we go back a little bit to the point of money in that sense. And have overall more trust from the market. Because again, it's like, why do you trust people like an Alex Hormozi? Because most of you, if you know him, you've been following him for like 2 years or something like that. And this is something very interesting. We've seen him doing it at a live event in which he was going around the room and asking people for how long they've been following him. And most of them said like 2+ years. And this is literally the same thing that happens with us. Because again, this is like a long-term play, but that you need to have the urgency to start doing now. It pays off in 6 months, in 1 year from now. That's like guaranteed. It's also the reason why most of our programs last very long, because otherwise we know like we can't guarantee you the results. And it's incredibly powerful because every time that we hop on a sales call with somebody, they are pretty much already sold. And what we started noticing is like every single one of them is like, I've been following you guys for 6 months. I've been following you guys for 1 year. I've been following you guys for 2 years since you started. And we're like, bro, it's like, it's easy game in that sense because we have so much trust that's built up over time. Now, why am I saying all of this? To make you realize that you don't have as much time as you might think. Because again, what I want to put in your mind is urgency. It's like you need to start doing it now. You need to start building this personal brand now because it's an asset that pays off in the future and that takes time, inevitably. But that as people catch up to this and start making content and start building up their personal brands, it's going to become more and more difficult, inevitably. Competition becomes more and more hard every single year that goes by. When we first started, it was easy. Honestly, it was easy. We literally just had to post some content and we will explode. Right now, already, you need more advanced strategies. Everything that we're going to discuss in this presentation as well, when it comes to the content side of things. You need deeper levels of connection that you build with the audience to be able to build that trust. 3 years ago, you could literally, like 2-3 years ago, you could literally just make whatever type of content and you will make sales from it, okay? And so all of this, again, is just to put some urgency in you and just like make you realize that you need to start now doing all of this. So again, you need to have extreme urgency in building your personal brand. And luckily for you, we're going to share all of the systems to make this process as simple as possible, of course. So Because here's the thing. A lot of you still believe that your personal brand is not growing enough because of a lack of time. This is something that we see very commonly, you know? It's like, I have the clients, I have the business, I'm already running ads, I'm already getting some clients, and all of this. But truth is, and so examples, classic thing, like I don't have time to make content, it takes too long. I would need, this is another one, I need a big team to do something like you guys. Like I need people that can help me doing this thing, okay? Truth is you lack systems. It's always a matter of systems. Specifically 2 systems that we're going to cover in today's presentations. Strategy and team. So the actual content strategy that you're going to use and the team, so the actual people that are involved in these processes. We were able to grow to now over 460,000 followers because we built the strategy and the team, which by the way, and this is like where I want to handle a little bit of an objection that I've seen many times come up. The team is way smaller than you would think. And some people have this illusion in mind of like, how much is there behind Create Content Club or like this huge 460,000 followers? And so here's to all of you, the Create Content Club dream team. 1 editor, and that's it. This is literally the entire team behind a 460,000 followers personal brand. And now a VA that we literally added like 2 days ago to our team that we just hired. So didn't necessarily contribute to the 460,000 followers, but it's a very valuable addition that you can have if you actually want to delegate even more of the content that you create. Here's the thing, thanks to the right systems and team, time is not an issue anymore. And we like to insist a lot on this, on like the systems, because that's more often than not what really stops you from starting to build this asset of the personal brand. It only takes us a few hours per week to make content. And that's literally what our entire business is based on. So this is to script, like in terms of practically, like how much content is this? This is to script and create 14 videos per week minimum. This is like when we're genuinely being lazy because we could be doing even more, okay? So we're talking about 2 videos per day that we post every single day, okay? Because of these systems, now just one of us is actually doing this. I'm the one scripting both of us content, actually. So I'm the one putting also the words in Brian's mouth because I'm officially now in charge of the marketing. So Brian just sits down and records. And that should be the role of each and every one of you guys. Like, you have to get to the point in which you build these right systems and you have the right people in place so that all it takes, okay, is just sit down 3 to 4 hours per month, and that's it. That's what Brian does right now. That's literally it. Because I'm scripting the content, which is, for example, what you can then eventually delegate to a virtual assistant or to a copywriter, and we're going to get into that then in the presentation. And he just sits down. We have the set ready there in the house. You know, we build that out, and he just knocks out all of the content. Again, 2 videos per day that I'm scripting myself. So it's like one person is scripting 2 videos per day. So it's like 1 video per day. Like, let's not even talk about it. It's like, it should be super easy. It should be a given, okay? And that's how it should be for you too. So do you think that 4 hours per month plus a whopping 2 people on your team are worth it for this? So again, being recognized as the authority in your niche. Attracting better talents. Again, like this is a huge advantage of a personal brand that most people don't even realize. Like, hiring people, especially as you scale up your business, is one of the hardest tasks. Like building that team culture. And if they already know you, if they already trust you, if they already seen all of your journey, they feel like they know you personally, how much easier is that? Getting access to better opportunities, immediately standing out at any networking event that you go to, have lower cost of acquisition, have overall more trust from the market, I would say that it's worth it. So if that sounds interesting, stick with me because during these 2 days, we're going to break down these exact systems.
Now we actually want to get into the more technical side of things and how do we actually build a system, right? Everything sounds good, but what do you actually have to do on a day-to-day basis to make this happen, okay? So I want to start by really focusing on content as a whole, right? We're going to see content as a funnel and what exactly is it going to do for your business and what every single step of the funnel should be for you to have a content system that is going to, yes, make you the authority in your niche, but at the same time, get you clients consistently, okay? So I want to start by telling you guys that not all content is created equal. What do I mean by this? I mean that most people never get to build a real authority personal brand because they only do one of the 3 types of content they should create, okay? And we were guilty of this in the past. And we're going to talk about it exactly. But if you really, really want to master this game of personal branding, you need to understand content as a whole, okay? So your content is literally like a funnel. Some of you guys come from ads, so it might be a little easier for you to comprehend this. But a big problem that a lot of people have is they think of organic content as something that is not predictable. They think, I'm just going to put content out and yes, maybe some clients will come, right? That's what a lot of people think. But the truth is, if you're thinking about it that way, is because your systems are not good enough, okay? You should know exactly what is the journey that someone goes through, top to bottom, from the moment they discover you to the moment they give you their money. Content is predictable the moment you have a system, okay? And if you don't think that it can be predictable, this presentation will change that, okay? So there are three main type of content that we're going to talk about. We got top of funnel content, we got middle of funnel content, and we got bottom of funnel content. I'm going to break down one by one exactly what these formats look like, what exactly you're supposed to do when it comes to this, and what is the goal of each, okay? So I want to start from top of funnel content. This is how we started Create Content Club. I mean, without top of funnel content, people literally don't know you exist, okay? So the goal of this is super simple. You get eyeballs, you get people to know that you exist. We can make a very simple example. You might have the most beautiful shop on earth, but if people are not walking inside of the shop, they're not going to be able to know what you sell, right? So we could have the perfect product. We could have the perfect sales team, the perfect communication with the client. But if people are not actually coming in the shop, how are we going to convince them to work with us, right? So top of funnel is literally how we built our audience, and that's what made us Create Content Club, okay? Now, when you think about top of funnel, you think about viral videos, okay? And this is something that I really want you to understand, guys. The problem is when people think organic content and they start thinking like, I don't want to go viral, I want sales. It's true, but they don't understand that top of funnel content is just step one of the process. I'm jumping on Sales Call every single day, and I can literally track the amount of times and the more we move forward with the months and the years, everybody starts saying, yeah, but I don't care about views. I just want to make sales. Because the more and more people talk about content going viral, the more business owners realize that that doesn't necessarily translate into sales. But again, it's not because this is bad, it's because they don't have what comes after. Okay? So we still need to be able to create videos that get millions of views. Why? Because creating content is a skill. And why would you not want to learn the art of getting the attention of millions of people? You should. And then, of course, we're going to add on top of that. But I'm honestly tired of this whole way of thinking right now that going viral means making less money. It's actually not true at all. Because if you can go viral on top of funnel and getting a lot of people in, and then you're able to convert them in the right way, that's always going to be better than just getting a few hundreds or a few thousand views and then not really having people not knowing you exist, right? So let me actually tell you how to do this top of funnel content. And I do want to tell you that with this presentation, our goal is giving you an overview of everything. And tomorrow, we're actually going to go super, super technical in how we do every single step of the process when it comes to content creation, okay? But this is how you create them, essentially. It's super easy. And I want you to not only understand the how of things, I also want you to understand the why, okay? Because essentially what we do when we have to find ideas for viral content is we find videos of our competitors' profile that have 5 to 10x their average views. I'm going to explain exactly what I mean by that, okay? So whenever you open a profile, you're going to see that there are certain videos that get 85, 37, 21, 18, 100, almost 1 million views. Views are very different from each other, okay? So I want you to start thinking that when you're doing content research, when you're studying your competitors, you're not stealing, you're literally using their time to your advantage. Because ourselves, we posted more than 1,000 reels. So if you want to grow an audience that, you guys have our similar ICP, for example, you guys, okay? You sell content. Why would you try and figure it out what could be good angles to market to these people when you can go to 1,000 reels that we posted and we can see exactly which are the marketing angles that work for us? Like, I hate the whole thing of, I don't want to copy others. Well, to me, you're being dumb. Because you're not leveraging what other people did for you. It's like, I want to build a business. There's this super successful company that is already making millions a month. Let me actually ignore everything that they're doing, and let me try something from scratch. Why would you do that? Like, we tested this stuff for you guys. So I want you to go on our profile and steal this video right here. And steal this video right here. Right? And no matter what your niche is, you should find the exact competitors that are crushing it right now and do the same exact thing. Because if you're not, you're being dumb. These guys have already tested all the possible angles. And of course, the value should be your own. Why would you repeat the same words that we said? But if we make a 1 million views video where I talk about how I organize my week Monday to Sunday when it comes to creating content, why shouldn't you do the same version of it? Why shouldn't you, right? People are interested in it. Give him more of that. We already tested the marketing angles for you. And no matter what your niche is, you can do the same, okay? So I need you to find your competitors. And another thing, if you say there are not competitors, either you're in a bad market or you haven't done enough research, okay? Because we work with a lot of people with time, and sometimes they're like, but there's nobody doing my same stuff. And sometimes just to prove to them that they're lacking input, I do it myself, and I send them 20 competitors. I'm like, there you go, man. They're like, how did you find this? I spent a little bit more time on Instagram than you, right? So you cannot be lazy with this stuff. If you want to win, you need to put in the work that people are not willing to do. Simple as that. But I promise you that if you're not in the most weird niche ever in the world, and probably social media shouldn't be your priority at that point, find competitors and do the 5 to 10x average views, which basically means that it's very simple, guys. We can do it together. What is the number that we're hitting the most here? Would you guys agree that is around 20K, right? Super simple. Anything that is at least a 5x that, so super simple math, 100,000 views, it's going to be on Outlier, okay? So this is a great content idea. This is almost a good content idea. This is a great content idea, 1 million, right? Just 50x, right? Imagine if we're posting every single day and a video get 50x more views than the other ones. Wouldn't we all agree that that was a great marketing angle that was able to attract a lot of people, right? And that's what I hate the whole argument about, it's so bad going viral. It's literally me yapping about what I do every single day in my life to create content. Why is it bad that I got 1 million people seeing this video, right? Will all the 1 million people be ready to pay me $10,000 tomorrow? Absolutely not. But I just need a small percentage of them to do that, to make a lot of money, right? So I really want you to understand how top of funnel is vital, and I want you to extract from your mind the fact that going viral is bad. Because when something is hard, this is something that you can always trace back in marketing. When something is hard to do, people start playing. People that want to sell you their stuff start playing into that. So everybody's struggling to get views. Now getting views is bad. Right? People play with your feelings because it's just the way it is. It's the word of marketing. Right? If you're struggling to do something, it's like, what if I told you that you can make a lot of money on social media without getting views? Oh, that's so beautiful. Right? Or everybody's struggling on Instagram. What would you say that Instagram is not the actual vehicle, it's YouTube? Oh, it's YouTube now. And then you try YouTube and it's hard. And then it's Facebook. You know, Facebook is coming back, right? So I want you to just realize for a second that every single decision that you guys made should be based on data. And I'm telling you, this, if done correctly, it's a lot more money for your business than this. Okay? Simple as that. We're getting people to know us. Okay? I want you to create your version of it with a similar hook, but your own value and take. What does this mean? It means that the hook, which you guys are, the majority of you, part of our program, so I hope you know this, okay? But it's the beginning of your video, okay? And why do we want to create a very similar version of the original video? Because if we're doing all of this, and we're finding the outliers, and then we're literally ignoring the hook, then you literally just wasted your time. Because the way I went viral with this video is because I found a perfect line that was able to attract the attention of millions of people. I already found it for you. It's what I was telling you before, guys. You should go to this video, wrote down exactly the words that I said, and repeat them. then of course what you guys do on a Monday and a Tuesday and a Wednesday is not going to be the same thing that I do. Like that would be super weird, right? I don't think you guys do the same exact thing I do in a week. But why would you ignore the hook that I use and the structure that I use to get the attention of millions of people? Why would you, right? Why the value and the take should be unique? Because if not, you literally copy at that point. We want to copy the packaging, but the actual value should be your own. And I never want to open a script of yours and see that you literally copied the other guy. Because if you did that, you're wrong. Why? Not because you're wrong from a philosophical point of view and it's bad karma. It's wrong because people are buying into you guys. So if you're a parrot and you're saying the same stuff that I'm saying, why would they not go to me that I was the first one saying it and I even got probably more views than you? You need to learn how to steal the packaging of things, but then providing even more value. If I were in your shoes, I would go to this video and I would start reading all the comments. What are the critiques that people gave me on that video? What did I mess out on? Maybe I didn't say that, okay, but they say, how do you send the stuff to the editor? You just talked about editing, but you didn't really go in depth into that. Beautiful, take that feedback and use it. Like your goal is not to copy me, it's to do a better job than I did. And it's the same with all of your competitors. You need to steal the packaging, but then when it comes to the value, you need to think, how can I do even better than them? Because when the packaging is the same, which one gets the money? The best product, right? Like, if I would have to create a phone from scratch, I would probably steal the experience and the feeling that someone like Apple was able to create for their customers. But then, if I would do a shittier phone than them, I would be screwed. How can I get their marketing that they're so genius at it and even make a better phone? It's the same thing. How can you steal the structure, but then giving even more value? Because at that point, the packaging works. You do an even better product than me, you're getting my client, right? But never, never copy the value, because if not, you're literally a parrot, and you're always going to bring more visibility to the first person that did it. Okay? Beautiful. So now I want to talk about middle of funnel content. Okay? Top of funnel is super clear. A lot of people get the idea of, okay, I need to get views. Beautiful. People are discovering about me. But 99% of people stop there. You know, I'm going viral. You know, like people are following me. I'm not making more money. Like, you know, organic is not predictable. You know, it's not true. It's not true that I can make money with organic. It's because they're missing this, okay? Middle of funnel content. What is the goal of it? The goal is to build trust, get people to believe you when you say that you can help them solve their problems. Because think about this. You see me in that video, and I break down on Monday, I do content research. On Tuesday, I script the video. Beautiful. Okay, this guy has his system dialed in, but are you really going to trust someone after a 30-second video? Like, think about this. It could be like the best video ever, but am I in the position to pay someone $10,000, $5,000, $15,000 after seeing one short form? Absolutely not. I don't trust the guy, right? I don't really trust that he can really solve my problem. Okay, he helped me in that little aspect of it, but that's what I've seen, okay? So what is middle of funnel content? There are three main formats that do this. And we're going to go step by step by step in all these three. And I'm going to explain to you what each of these formats does for your business and why you should create it. Okay? Let's start by analyzing what we're seeing here. Okay? So it's very, very simple. These are long form. Why are these on YouTube and why are these long form? Because the whole thing is, okay, I'm getting people in with this short form, but if I want them to trust me more, they need to spend more time with you. Easy as that, right? Like the whole thing why we want to add middle of funnel content in the first place is because that way we don't have to keep on showing them 30-second, 1-minute video forever, right? Because just think about this. This is very important. Mentally, the decision of watching a short and a YouTube video, yes, it's a little bit different, but sometimes you look at, you see a YouTube video on your feed and you're like, let's look at it. Right? Worst case, I'm not going to like it. Right? Same thing for the reel. Like you watch it for 3 seconds. Am I going to look at it? Yes, no, I don't know. Scroll. Or maybe I like this one. Okay? but the actual difference that it does in someone's mind is 100 times difference. Just imagine I convince someone to watch a short form and they spend time with me for 30 seconds, and imagine I do the same stuff, but they watch me for 27 minutes. Just think about it from like a just think about it from a mathematical point of view. Like 30 seconds, 27 minutes. You know, completely different. And how much are you going to trust Alessio after watching 30 minutes of him breaking down exactly what you should do in your content rather than a 30-second video? It's so massive. The difference is so massive. But now you might be thinking, so why are we doing top of funnel first? Can't we all just like do YouTube? Like, why are you guys not teaching us YouTube in the first place? Right? We can just do this and make money that way and grow our business that way. Well, the thing is, if you've never created content before, to really get the attention of someone and maintaining it for 27, 55, 5 hours, maintaining the attention of someone for 30 minutes is so much harder than maintaining someone's attention for 30 seconds. But the thing is, the processes are the same. There's still going to be a hook. There's still going to be value. There's still going to be a call to action. But the way you package is so different. It's 30 seconds against 30 minutes. So when you focus on short form first, and that's why it's your top of funnel, you're controlling everything. You can literally control word by word what you're saying, and you can make sure that your structure is on point. So that's why we always start from top of funnel, because by focusing on short form, we have control over everything. Imagine like some of you never created content before. It's like, okay, the first goal for you, man, is to create a 35-minute video and making sure that people watch it all the way. You're going to be completely lost. Completely. Right? It's going to be such a big challenge in your mind that you don't even know what to do. But then if I tell you, okay, man, let's focus on a 20-second reel. This is going to be the hook. We already have it from the creator. Do you think you can provide this value in 3 steps with your own solution and then a quick call to action to follow you? Oh, yeah, I can do that. Beautiful. Let's start from there. And that way, we're getting all the attention from top of funnel because that's so much easier to control. And we're manually going to send people from our top of funnel to the YouTube. So we're actually benefiting way more from them watching YouTube. We are. But trying to get a ton of attention starting from zero on YouTube is going to kill you guys. So I want you to master short form, really becoming good at doing that, and then using that traffic that you're generating and manually sending it to YouTube and your long form. Okay? Like, are you guys realizing how much control you have over short form rather than long form? So yes, we want to have middle of funnel content. We want people to spend a lot more time with us, but we're going to get their initial attention through short form because it's something that we can control even if we're starting from zero. Okay? So let me break down exactly the 3 main formats that I want you guys to create when it comes to middle of funnel content. Okay? Most of you are selling online services or coaching programs. In general, you, in some way or another, you're selling access to you. No matter what you guys do, you're literally selling access to you. That's what you're doing, right? You can package it. Yeah, we have this 3-phase system, and then there's the fancy name for this, and you're selling access to you. That's your packaging, okay? So I want you to realize something. How many times before someone invests in you can they look at you actually doing your work, actually doing your job? What I mean by that is, I want you to invest in you guys creating content for me. I want you to invest in Stefan running ads for me. How many times can I see you talk to a client like me and breaking down exactly what would be your plan? How you think, how you have a relationship with that client. How many times can I actually look at your job? It's like, let's do such a stupid example. It's like you're a football player and you want to get signed from a big team, but people are literally not seeing you playing football. That's what a lot of you are trying to do if you only focus on top of funnel. Because yes, on top of funnel, you give the 3 tips or that quick mindset shift, but can they actually see you having a relationship with your client? Can they see that? The majority of you guys are not doing this, right? But this is what you're trying to sell. I mean, this is what you guys invested in when you joined, right? But you're not showing it to the client. So what I want you to do is, I don't care what you have to do. Again, the ones that are willing to do more work will always get more output. you ring your clients, the one that are the closest to you, and you're like, man, I'm flying to you tomorrow. We're filming something together so we can finally meet. I don't care what you have to do. Meet with your clients. Show other people how is it working with you, okay? I love this because this is a full strategy breakdown. We literally just filmed one with Michalis, which is there. How was it, man? Was it good?
It was amazing.
All right, beautiful. We're not currently working together, us and Michalis, all right? What we did is, for the first time, we look at his business, okay? And I think we talked for an hour and 30 minutes. We broke down step by step what exactly we would do for his business to scale it through content, right? Now, this is not a pitch to you, man, but I'm asking you, how much are you more likely to join our program now? Right?
Much more.
Right.
Even if we didn't do this,
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't have this experience.
Right.
So giving free value, it definitely helped to make me want it even more.
Exactly, brother. Because like you were able to experience, and of course us was in a one-on-one level, but you were able to experience how would it be like working with us before we actually work together, right? And the cool thing is the more you do it with your clients, the more you're gonna speak exactly to your different ICPs. Because Michalis right now, for the ones that don't know, he's actually fitness coach, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know how you describe it. Fitness coach, okay? He just helps people getting in their best shape of their life, okay? Nuno does something differently, okay? Imagine, Nuno, if you could have seen an hour and 30 minutes of us coaching Michalis before you ever joined. And you watch that video, and it's exactly what you need, and you can see how we think about it. How much more likely would you be to join us, right? Because you can literally see how we coach before you actually buy it, right? It's like trying to sell a house where you're not willing to show the inside of the house. It's the same exact thing, guys. So,
Can I say something?
yeah, of course, man.
I watch your content a few months now,
Uh-huh.
and the way I converted is watching Brian coaching
Gabriel.
his client.
Beautiful,
And
man.
I was
Beautiful.
like, I like the way he thinks, so I wanted to.
There you go. I did not pay to say this, by the way. But it's a pure demonstration of what I'm saying, guys. Like, yeah, Nuno?
I just have a question.
Yeah.
And I'll kind of try and find a solution so it doesn't sound like I'm derating.
Yeah.
So if my program is based on incognito,
Yep.
so it's working with, the whole idea
Mhm.
is to work with them in a very private, nobody knows about it, not
Mhm.
even family or anything.
Yep.
There's pictures, but it's all them.
Yep.
And I can't use it in any of my marketing or them or
Mhm.
anything.
Yep.
There can obviously referrals come from
Mhm.
them, but it's all it's private.
Yep.
Here, obviously, I can't coach them. Would I have to find another angle where maybe I'm kind of like not coaching
Mhm.
myself, but how I go through it?
Yeah.
Or
100%.
so that people relate to me
Yeah.
because I'm limited, I can't.
Right. No, that's a great question. And of course, your case is probably not what the majority of people would find themselves in, but it's a great question. It's like my clients like to be very, very, in general, they don't want to talk about it. And the thing is, Nuno, every single time you have something that you perceive as a liability, I want you to shift that into an asset for your marketing. So everybody's doing this in the fitness space, right? And everybody will start doing it. You have a specific ICP. You have high achievers that like to move in the shadow, right? For their businesses, for their life in general. And as a consequence, they want to do the same for their fitness journey. So I would actually double down on that, right? And I would probably film something like this, but on purpose, it's like a black screen and like a voice shifter. And you really play into this, right? And in your narrative, in your content, it's like, because I know the type of person you are, I will respect your privacy. And I'm the coach that does that. And if someone resonates with that, they're gonna go with you. And they can see still the relationship with the client, but from a content perspective, I would actually play on top of it, right? And I would turn this liability into an asset by playing, for example, with not showing their face at all and using a voice shifter, right? In a way that would be super confident, but at least it's like, let's be clear when it comes to that, Nuno. Like if someone is really, really happy with the service that you provide for them, and you're doing everything in your power to make them feel comfortable, they're gonna appreciate you doing this, and they're still gonna film this testimonial for you. but you're gonna do it in a way that makes them feel confident and comfortable in this position, okay? But in general, like I was actually talking to a guy yesterday, his name is Alex, he's just joined the program. This guy is super big at what he does. He makes around $500,000 a month in info, and he sells cold email. And he told me, Brian, all these guys are presenting all these cool business models are like the best thing in the world. They're super interesting. My thing is actually super boring. Like I just make them use an AI, send emails to everybody. They're super successful, but it's boring. I was like, perfect, it's boring. Let's play into that. If I go on YouTube right now and I put, this is boring, but it makes me, there's so many viral videos that are using those angles. Because these creators understand that every single time you have something that you think is a liability, you can play into that and making it your asset, right? So in your example, that is exactly what I would do, Nuno. Okay? Sweet. So if you do this in person, it's going to be 10 times more powerful. And again, when we say this, yeah, but it's not easy for me. I know it's not. That's why there are a few people doing this. Every single time something is easy, everybody's going to do it. And you're not going to differentiate yourself from them, right? So I don't care if you got to jump on a plane, you got to organize an event like we're doing today. If you can, which you can, do it, okay? It's so much more powerful to show your relationship with a client in person than online, okay? And just last parenthesis, then we go to the next format. Whenever something is difficult, you should do it just because it's difficult. And what I mean by that is, if they see that every single time we're in a different part of the world and we're always with our clients, what are people going to think about what we're doing? They would probably think that we care about our clients and that we have a real relationship with them. Would it be easier to send them a Google Meet link and record a call? Of course it would. And for that reason, in my opinion, you should do this. Just because it's the harder option. Because when someone wants to invest in someone, they want to invest in the people that would actually care about them, not in the one that makes the easy stuff, right? So, full strategy breakdowns. These are A to Z. You break down exactly. Again, another example for you, Chris, that just came to mind. Someone might want to achieve a certain financial result. I will be there with them, and I would break down exactly, okay, in your current position, this is exactly what I would do. How I would invest your money. A to Z to get them to the results. And some of you might be thinking, wait, but then I'm revealing all my secrets, right? Then who's going to invest in me? If you're thinking that, again, guys, people are buying for proximity and for access to you. They already have all the information in the world to do it by themselves, okay? And if you don't do this, your competitor will, and they will get your clients, okay? So meet in person with your clients and do a full strategy breakdown, showing exactly how you think and helping them, okay? Film your own client onboarding. This is actually something that we put here because it's key. I want you guys to get outside of this 2-day event and start doing this stuff. I just don't want you to like, oh yeah, the middle of funnel was super cool, man. And then you keep on doing just top of funnel. Then what are we doing this for? So we still wanted to give one piece of advice that you guys can apply tomorrow. The next onboarding that you have, maybe it's not going to be in person. Beautiful. Still record the onboarding and systemize it in a way that can be put out on YouTube. You guys are already onboarding clients. Might as well film them and make it into an asset that can bring you more clients, right? So I want you to leave this 2-day event and actually start implementing these things. Because if you don't change these things, nothing else is going to change, okay? So film your own client onboarding. If you can in person, better. If you can't, go online. Look up Riverside. It's a great website because if you record from if you record from Zoom or Google Meet, you're basically recording the screen and the quality is kind of crappy. If you use something like riverside.com, we're not affiliated in any way, but it's able to record the input of the camera of both of you guys, you and the client, so that way it's much more high quality and at least you have control over the video. Okay? Beautiful. I think I spoke a lot about this already, but you're basically showing people exactly how you can help them. Okay? That's why you should film this format. The second one is long-form videos or in general resources that solve specific pain points. If I would have to put them on a scale, this is a little less powerful, but at least it gives them the opportunity of spending more time with you, okay? So someone would watch a 30-second video, a 1-minute video about how we grew 400,000 followers in 1 year. How much more powerful is to show them the whole process for 30 minutes. They're gonna trust you way more, okay? So these are the classic YouTube videos where you're actually going way more in depth into your strategy and what you do and how you can help your clients. And they're really gonna be able to see your full system and the value that you're able to provide, okay? A quick tip when it comes to this is the same thing that we do on Instagram, that we look for our competitors and their best performing content, you can do the same thing on YouTube, okay? Your YouTube, you should have a YouTube where it only shows you your competitors and what kind of videos they're doing. I mean, Daniel, you're working a lot on YouTube. You know how much important the packaging of the video is, right? The thumbnail and the title is literally everything, okay? This guy is crushing it right now with one of his clients on YouTube, and we spent a lot, I remember with that thumbnail and title, we probably spent an hour just talking about the title, right? So just look for titles and thumbnails that already work for others and start from there. That's super important. But how do you pick what topics to talk about? Of course, look at what others are doing on YouTube, but also we're starting from top of funnel on purpose. So my video where I break down exactly Monday to Friday, whatever, what I do in my content and how to organize my week, if it got the attention of 1 million people, probably if I do a longer version of 20 minutes where I give the full system, my audience is gonna enjoy that, okay? So not only look on YouTube to find ideas for this, use your own top of funnel content to understand where you need to go more in depth and transforming it into a middle of funnel content, okay? Use the actual data that these algorithms are giving you, okay? Beautiful. So leverage you, okay, and this is actually something super, super important. It's actually the third way of understanding why you should talk about these videos. And I want this to engrave this in your brain because it's super, super important, okay? I want you to leverage your sales and appointment setting process to make long form videos. What I mean by this is a lot of people, when they have their own companies, they have a sales team and they have a marketing team. And these two never talk to each other. And this is one of the biggest mistakes you could ever make in your business because your sales team is talking to the final customer, right? They're exactly hearing on a sales call what are the objections that they have, and they're hearing exactly what is not making them move forward, what it is making them move forward, right? Like a sales call, I want you to really start being grateful of sales calls from a marketing perspective, because for you, it's like a free 1-hour interview with your dream customer. I want you to think about it that way. For 1 hour, you're able to talk to your ICP and understand exactly what are their pain points, what are they struggling with, why did they reach out to you in the first place. Like this is pure data for you guys, right? So what I want you to do is I want you to start recording all of your sales call if you haven't already. And after this meeting, we're actually gonna send you a very quick ChatGPT prompt that you can use. So you can put your transcript of the sales calls, put in this ChatGPT prompt, you're gonna get all the objections that you can make content about, okay? But this is for top of funnel too, but I want you to especially think of middle of funnel content as a pre-handling objection asset. We're building a personal brand, so when people jump on a call with you, you don't have to sell them on how we will be working together, on why they should work with you. I actually just had a week where we had 4 to 5 sales calls a day because we got amazing results for our client Noshin, and she put a post on LinkedIn tagging us and being like, this guy helped us a ton. And we're super small on LinkedIn. That's why we want to grow there a little bit now. But I'm telling you this story because I had literally trauma jumping on this week. I literally had trauma jumping on these calls because it reminded me of how powerful having a personal brand is. You know why? Because these people jumped on a call with me and they never saw me before. They saw the tag that Noshin put in the LinkedIn post. So they jump on the call and were like, yeah, Brian, so tell us, why should we be working with you? Wait, well, what's going on? Wait, I need to start by saying why you should be working with? I mean, you booked the call, right? Like, it's almost, when people come from our IG, it's more of like, I'm like, tell me about yourself. Why should we work with you? Like it's that kind of relationship, the kind of process that we have in a sales call. When people don't know you, that's what you get. You get people saying, Brian, why you? Like, convince us, man. Like, why are you better than all the other ones? I don't want to do that on a sales call. That's what my content is for, right? Because if not, you have a sales company. And you might as well just call businesses and introduce yourself. What's the difference, right? So leverage your sales and appointment setting process to make long-form videos and content in general. Your sales department has to become your content research team, literally, okay? You're talking to your ICP, figured out exactly what's stopping them from taking action, and use that in your content, right? Sweet. So this allows you to handle objections that people have before you hop on a sales call, okay? I don't have enough time for content. They watch this video breaking down, for example, how we create content, 2 reels a day with 3 hours a week of work, right? What do you mean you don't have time for content? You watch this video right here. You know you only need 4 hours, right? This is how I want you to start thinking of content moving forward, especially in middle of funnel, is literally pre-handling objections before they even come out, right? That's why we're building a personal brand in the first place. Number 3, in-person events recordings, okay? I love you guys, and I'm so grateful that you're here, but I want you to realize that this is a great marketing asset for us, okay? We have a camera there. We have a camera there. Why are we doing this? Because the people that are going to look at this video, they're going to see themselves in, maybe it's you, Alex. Maybe it's you, Vio. Maybe it's you, Nicola, right? And as we talk and you guys tell us what problems you have, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm like Nicola. And you just help the guy. So you can probably help me, okay? So filming in-person events is going to allow you so much in building this trust and showing the kind of relationship that you have with your clients. But it's not easy to, I know it's not. That's why nobody does it. And that's why you should. Every single time you don't do something because it's not easy, your competitors will, and they will get clients because of that. So you guys should ask yourself how much of a priority this is to me. And based on that, you should reply to yourself, and even if it's hard, if it's really a priority, you should still do it. That's exactly the reason why you should do it. Okay? So here we were at Guess, the fashion brand. These guys make $3 billion a year. And they reach out to us, a 24 and a 23-year-old kid, training their whole content team for a business that generates $3 billion a year. They reached out to us. Guys, I know you're in Italy, right? We have our headquarters in Switzerland. Can you guys just train us a bit on short form? Like, we don't really know what we're doing there. $3 billion a year company, reaching out to 2 kids, making content on Instagram, right? This is what a personal brand can do. We filmed the whole thing because why wouldn't we? 5 hours of us training a company like that. You can go on YouTube and looking at us talk for 5 hours and sharing everything that we know about content, okay? If you haven't already, like, write down already on your to-do in that little paper thing, start organizing my first in-person event. If you have more than 5 clients, you should do it. You don't have any excuse why you shouldn't, okay? And I don't care if you have to do it for free, if you want some money from it, just understand the kind of marketing asset that it is for your business, okay? In-person events recording, super, super important. Host in-person events for your clients and record them. Easy as that. We have 2 cameras. We booked a room for 2 days. It's not that deep, okay? Make sure you have a good relationship with your clients, because if everybody hates your service and your delivery, good luck making them jump on a plane and fly hours and hours to come to see you, right? Maybe you don't want that if you have a terrible delivery, okay? So build a good relationship with your clients and actually treat them as friends, and they will reward you by coming to events like this, okay? Sweet. This positions you as an expert so much and an authority in your industry for a very specific way. Imagine I'm yapping about all this thing that I'm just telling you guys, but I'm doing it looking at my camera in my little room. And then imagine the same scenario like this, okay? I'm saying the same exact words, but from that camera, they can see that there's 20 people looking at us, and from that camera, there's a whole big screen and I'm presenting to you. Are you gonna perceive the two information in a different way? Even if the same exact words are being said? Of course you will, right? It's just the way it is. It's psychology, right? And what's super funny is like a lot of people don't realize this, but the biggest personal brands are exactly doing this, okay? But people don't think that they can translate that in their niche. So think about the biggest personal brands, the one that run the in-person events with thousands of people attending, okay? Think about Tony Robbins. Think about Alex Hormozi with Acquisition.com. Isn't he exactly doing this? He's literally doing this. He's hosting in-person events where thousands of people are looking at them and they're filming the whole thing. And just because you see thousands of people paying to be there and looking at them, then you're like, I should do the same. I should be there looking at him. And that's why I'm doing it, right? And you guys can do it. Like we organize it in a month and you're all here, right? And it's beautiful. I'm super grateful that we get to do this. But marketing asset-wise, that's going to be super important for us, okay? So I don't care if it's a little hard, write in your to-do, organize my first in-person event, okay? And it's so fun. I'm having so much fun right now, okay? Now, let's talk about bottom of funnel content. Bottom of funnel content is perfect. We get people to know who we are. They saw our face for the first time. They got to trust us because they got to see me coaching person in a live event. They got me seeing, explaining my full system for 20, 25 minutes straight. And they even saw me talk on a one-on-one level with a client and breaking down exactly what they have to do. Okay, they're nurtured. They know I can help them, okay? Now, how do you really get them to take action, though? To pull that trigger, okay? Our goal with this is to generate sales and get people to see the results your product can get them. Because people can trust you, they can discover you, but in the back of their mind, they're always, okay, he's coaching these people, he's good at doing it, but are there actual results at the end of the experience with them? People are gonna think that. It's just the way it is. It's like before paying thousands of dollars, if not tens of thousands of dollars with someone, it's like, okay, I really like the way they coach. I really like the way they explain this, but can they get me results? That's what they're thinking. And that's what the bottom of funnel content is for, okay? So there are two main formats that will do this. Instagram stories and client interview, okay? We're gonna talk exactly on how to create both of this, but I want you to start by keeping in mind that these are the two exact formats that we're gonna use. We're gonna start with IG story sequences. I want you to realize the journey that someone goes through, usually when they buy. Of course, there are exceptions, but this is in general what happens. They discover you through top of funnel, so they see your Instagram. With time, you're able to convince them to actually go on their YouTube, okay? So they go on your YouTube and they really get nurtured, they get to trust you. And usually when they pull the trigger, it's not actually right after they've seen a YouTube video. It's not like they magically click on the link in bio and book a call. It happens. It's not the majority of people. They remember how much you help them. And then when they see you on a day-to-day basis, it's on Instagram. Like even think about the way you use your phone. Would you say that on average you spend more time when you're not really thinking about, okay, I need to learn something new, or I have 2 hours to relax, right? Would you say that you're most likely to pull out your phone and go on Instagram or YouTube? Instagram, right? We all agree with that. So where they actually pull the trigger is by recurringly seeing results that you're able to achieve for your clients. Because I discover you through Instagram, then I see you on YouTube and you really help me with that system, but I'm not fully bought in. But man, every single time I open Instagram on a weekly basis, I can see how much you're helping these people. Okay, maybe it can really help me. Maybe he can really get me those results. So again, bottom line, it's always the same stuff. If your delivery is shit, you're not gonna make money, okay? You can try to market it and hide it. People will talk about your delivery. If someone is not happy with the value you're giving them, that will come out, okay? So focus on delivery and actually build a good product. And every single time you have proof of people that are getting results with you, post it. Post it on your stories, okay? Nuno, don't show their face, but post it, okay? So Darius Envio, this guy right here, generated more than 10 million views with one single video. Nashin got another 2 million views, and now she's at 300,000 followers starting from zero. Alex gained more than 25K followers in the first 1 month, okay? And then it's like, this could be you, little cheesy, but works. And they see themselves in the last story. It's like, man, every single week these guys are posting about new results. I could really be that guy in that little square, right? And we're constantly making them see this to the point where they truly believe that we can help them. But again, this wouldn't work if all the things we talked about before aren't done, okay? But story sequences are super, super important to show them the results that they can get with us. You give people a reason to pull the trigger, okay? This is super important. I want you to understand that these kind of stories, we don't have 1,000 people replying circle to this story. We don't. Because when someone replies circle to this story, they're literally at that point. It's like, okay, I've seen enough, man. They helped me here, they helped me there. Another sequence of results. All right, let me reply circle. It's the time, right? I'm gonna finally book a call with them. And this is what I was telling you before, guys. It's like, I was so not used to someone jumping on a call and telling me, why should I work with you, Brian? Like, I hated that. But because we're so used on when someone actually wants to jump on a sales call with us, it's because they want to work with us. It's because we did everything before. So I don't have to convince them on who I am, and now I could help them, right? I already did that. It's just a transaction at that point. It's just like making them feel heard and collecting the sale. I want you to focus. This is a little bit from a technical perspective, and we're also going to talk about stories even more in depth tomorrow. Alessia's doing this with his head. He just confirmed. But I want you to focus on sequences. Why? Because good luck trying to show 5 results and a call to action in one story. Use story sequences, okay? But be smart with it. Pick photos where your face is visible, right? They can see us smiling. They can see us having a good time, okay? They can see me working. They can see me recording. Pick photos that are personal, not random photos like stock photos of whoever. Like, always tie it back to your personal brand. And little text. People have terrible attention span the more we move forward, okay? So just give them one line to read for each story and give them a new image. Almost think about it as doing a book for kids. Like, this is how you should think about your stories, right? So photo, clean photo, result, text, okay? And then a nice call to action at the end. Bonus points if you can be a little bit creative like this. Sweet. Client interviews. Alessio did me dirty with this thumbnail. We're not going to focus on that. Client interviews are super, super important because they actually get to see the results that you got. But instead of a photo, they can see the other person talking about it. And it's so much more powerful, right? We actually talked about it with Michalis before. The guy has story sequences. He has 4 collections. I can see 200 transformations. I can do like this guy's so good at doing what he does. But I told him, you posted 2,000 reels. He has so many reels on his profile. And it's like, in how many can I see you talk to a client and sharing the results that you got together? He said 1. I have 1 reel out. I'm like, don't you see a problem in that? Right? So as soon as you get a result for a client, if you're really a hustler, fly to them or invite them over and pay for their plane ticket, because this will get you way more money than what it costs a plane ticket. If not, at least use something like Riverside and jump on a client interview. But the timing of this is so important. A lot of people do this mistake of, plus 150,000 followers for John, 1K 230,000 followers for Noshin, 4 million views and double his sales for Franco. All right, let me finish the program and then I'll ask him for a testimonial. Guys, we are human beings. We have strong emotions, but it happens right after something, just happened essentially. Like, what I mean by that is like, this guy could be, like, look at how happy this guy is, right? In 2 months, he will forget about that because it will become a reality. So as soon as you get that satisfaction from the client, the same day you jump on a client interview with them. The same day, okay? And I know, yeah, but I have SOP in place. We do it at the end of the month. I don't care. Do it. I mean, you can do it at the end of the month, but expect way less emotion and expect a client interview that is going to get you way less. Certain things, when it's about emotion, I think you should go a little bit more forward than a SOP if you want to really capture that moment, okay? So do that extra mile. Jump on a call with them. Take a flight if it's one of your client interviews and you're really, really committed to the process, okay? But film these, okay? Super, super important. People need to see the kind of relationship that we have with them. And again, there's a clear reason why we're smiling in all of this. Why would I jump on a client interview and being all serious? This guy just grew 150,000 followers. Like, I'm going to be happy about it, and he will too, right? Show the emotion. That's what people buy for. They want to feel happy. They want to feel good about it, okay? Show transformation and be relatable with it, okay? In the sense of you need to build that asset where people will resonate with it. If it helped them, it can help me. If you're a fitness coach like John, you're going to see this testimonial, Nuno Michalis, and you guys are going to be like, whoa, probably can help me too. If you're a communication expert like Noshin, it's going to be the same. Wow, it can really help me too, okay? The client interviews that you pick will determine the next clients that you get, okay? Quick tip, if you hated working with someone, I don't know if I would film a client interview with them, all right? Even if I'm telling you guys it's a mindset thing, okay? It's like when you create this asset, you're going to have someone coming in that looks like John. Same thing for Noshin, and same thing for all of our clients. It's just the way it is because people see themselves in this, and in this. And then they want to join, okay? I actually want to show you, do we have it open still, the YouTube guy?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, bro. Yeah, let me say this 30 seconds and we'll show you that example. I want you, and we're actually going to better this so much more by taking inspiration from this guy that I'm going to show you in a second. What a lot of people mess up is they make the testimonial about themselves, about the coach. So they work with someone, they got them amazing results. And you know how they start a testimonial? Man, how was it like working with me, man? Bro, that's so self-oriented. Like these guys are trying to see themselves in this, and you're making it so hard for them. Like they want to feel like this guy, they don't care about how cool you were. And everybody thinks about themselves. Like there's a whole reason why in the hooks we're like, don't say, this is how I, say, this is how you. Because people want their own benefit, right? So why would I say, how was it like working with me, man? Say, how does it feel, man? How are you feeling right now? And we went from 0 to 300,000 followers. How does it feel? Oh man, it feels so nice. You know, I never expected I could achieve this. They're putting themselves in their shoes. They want to be able to say those exact lines in 6 months, in 3 months, right? So focus on the client. As you can see here, it scaled to 20K a month and 19 with his personal brand. I made it about him, not about me. I helped Gabriel go from Who cares? They care about him because they want to be him. Okay? So package it like it was a podcast. There's this guy that we recently found out about. This guy is a genius. This guy is way smarter than us, okay? Because what this guy did is he built, how many? 700,000 followers, I believe. 720,000 subscribers on YouTube, okay? And he talks about these stories, right? What's funny is, a lot of people don't know this, but 50% of these people are actually his clients. These are client interview. Go down by one row. Like I'm sure about, like I analyzed these two in depth. I know these two guys are his clients. He says it at a certain point. He's getting 173,000 views on a client interview. Why? Because he's making it about the guy, not about himself. Every single one, it's about a different person, right? And he's focusing on their story, on what they did. And then, of course, at a certain point, it's like, we did this together. I helped you in doing this. But they focus on the person that they helped, not on themselves. This is even better. That's what we're going to start doing. It's not I vibe coded at 20K a month mobile app in 14 days. He makes it so much about his clients. And guys, getting 100,000 views on a bottom of funnel content, you know how much money this guy's making? I don't know him personally, but I can guarantee that he's making a lot of money. Okay? because he built a 700,000 subscribers on YouTube with client interviews. Okay? I want you to start doing this. Every single time you have a client interview, don't make it about you. Make it about them. Okay? It's going to change things so much.